What's up, everybody? It's Mr. Second Passport. Today we're going to cover three things that you can do to avoid getting robbed in a country like Ecuador. Now, this also works pretty much everywhere I've traveled, as you know, Colombia, Brazil, Mexico, Philippines, any of these less developed countries. Uh, this will probably work for you. So the first and most important thing you can do, super simple, is this right here. This is my phone, a simple iPhone SE 2020. It costs about 400 bucks. The key is you want a phone that's not the newest, latest, greatest, really expensive looking phone, right? Just to bring a simple, ordinary looking, average sized phone. That's a huge thing. Everyone focuses on your phone down here to determine how much money you may or may not have. So having a simple whatever phone like I do kind of keeps you on the low, and it really helps so you don't get targeted and robbed in a place like Ecuador. People will see it, then they'll call their friends, and you'll be walking along, maybe outside of a bar or something, and bam, a couple guys with a knife or something like that. But you can live down here for years and years with no instances if you just follow these three simple things that I'm telling you right now to avoid getting robbed in a new place like Ecuador. Number two tip is watch out for the taxis you take. Try to always call wherever you're at in a restaurant or whatever, have them call a taxi service for you. Don't just catch in the street, preferably. Or even better nowadays, use an app, like Uber or Cabify. There's another one I recommended in another video called In Driver. That's really good in the big cities, Ecuador. Try to use an app. It's just a little bit safer. You have the extra level of safety there before you just hop in a cab with someone, right? That's a big way. What'll happen is if you just catch a cab in the street, sometimes they'll drive you off into an alley, and a couple guys will be waiting, and they'll both open the doors and they'll point guns at you, take everything on you, and leave you pretty much abandoned in the middle of nowhere. The third tip I have for you is if you get on a bus in Ecuador, right? It's kind of two tips in one. Don't fall asleep. Don't fall asleep on the buses in Ecuador and have your stuff sitting next to you or under you. That's a real great way to get robbed really quick. People will literally climb under the seat, maybe even slash your bag and take stuff. But if you fall asleep and you're literally like this with your stuff, that's the best way to do it. And if you do get on a city bus or something and you have a backpack, make sure it's in front of you, not behind you. Happened to my brother. Those little fingers, man, they'll just slide it open and pull your cell phone right or whatever you have there right out of your backpack if it's behind you in a crowded bus in Ecuador. So you want to be careful about that. Have your bag in front of you, and if you do have other belongings on a bus, make sure, and you fall asleep, make sure, like you do, like in sixth grade math class, you just fall asleep, right on top of it and not next to it or below it. So, or above it. So that's it. Follow these three tips, and I think you can have not just a nice 2 week stay in Ecuador. I think you could live here for years and not have any sort of these kind of robbery incidents at all. That's it. Take care. I'm Mr. Second Passport.